It's Gran, and it's podcast time. I'm here with
me.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. All right. So
This is the first episode technically of the Cake N Flakes podcast.
yeah, because last time was just intros.
It was pretty much just us testing it out. It was made 1 month ago already, which is crazy.
I know, right? It's,
A lot of you liked it, I guess. I mean, it got a decent amount of views, so a lot of you liked it, so why not? Let's continue.
yeah.
Well, first of all, how are you, by the way?
I'm doing great. We're working on our art finals.
I'm eating cannoli today, and it's great. And I'm about to kill my son.
So yeah. So you want to talk about IGOR?
I heard IGOR came out not too long ago, like a few weeks ago.
4. Skate.
4? Oh, I thought you were gonna say like 4 weeks ago. It is an amazing album. No, like it's a great album.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's 8 out of 10, I'd say.
Yeah. I'd say it's pretty good.
Yeah, I introduced Jake to that album. He liked it.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good track.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything from Tyler before?
No, I have not.
Really? Okay, then I probably messed it up, the listening order, but you know what? A lot of his albums aren't that good, to be honest. When his last album, Flower Boy, came out, that album's like a masterpiece.
Yeah.
So, Igor, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was pretty good. The first time I've ever listened to him, as you just said.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's an okay introduction. It's very different from his other albums.
Yeah.
Putting it lightly.
I mean, I guess so, because I haven't listened to any of his albums.
His other albums are a lot more hip hop. This one's like soul and jazz.
I actually found, I think, an album, not an album, a vinyl from Tyler the Creator, because I went to a record store recently. And apparently I found a fake Death Grips album.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think it was a bootleg or something.
Yeah, because apparently that's not an actual...
It was some weird, like, vinyl with, like, a photoshopped cover of, like, the group. And it said, like, Fashion Leaks. Like their album Fashion Week. But it's leaks.
It even said this. There's a sticker that said import.
Anywho, you do not know anything about Tyler the Creator, right?
No.
Yeah. Let me just say, the anticipation for this album was insane. It really was. Because like, Flower Boy is like, I guess it's considered like his greatest album by most people. The wait for this one was like really crazy because I was like, oh, is it gonna be better? Is it gonna be worse? I was actually kind of scared about this project. Like, I was kind of scared if it was gonna be good or not. But you know what? I'm not disappointed. The first track,
Igor's theme.
I love that song, dude.
I kind of like. I only have one dislike about it. It's a small one, but it's the beginning of it. Like it's literally like I think like was it like 25 seconds of.
That synth. I like it a lot, honestly. It's a really strong beginning. It has you like interested in what's gonna happen next. You know. I like that kind of stuff.
I thought that was pretty good.
I thought it was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it for the first time and I was already losing my mind. It was really good. I
All right.
think it was a really good idea for him to start the album with the instrument. Because you're just waiting like, oh, when is he gonna pop up? You know, more anticipation.
And it actually says here that Lil Uzi Vert was actually in this song.
I heard that too, but I did not hear him in the song at all.
The next one is Earthquake.
Earthquake, also a really good song. I mean, when I first heard it, I was kind of like, what the heck is this? Because this is like so not him. But you know what? It's a jam. It's a bop.
I mean, I do like how in the video he's wearing a Sia wig.
it's a funny video, honestly. I was laughing. It's so awkward and funny.
Alright, next one is my favorite one.
I think is also really good.
I like the beginning of it.
Yeah, the intro. It's really good.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of his this other album he made called Cherry Bomb. There's a lot of sounds similar to that, but you know, just not as good as here.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, about that. Yeah, about the project. There's a lot of different sounds that sounds like his other albums, but they're just like a lot better, which I think is cool.
Yeah. So I kind of like I really like the vocal and the vocals and the beat and like in the background. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Yeah, I heard a lot of comparisons to Kanye, and you know what? I hear it. I hear it a lot.
I mean, he was like Kanye, right?
Kanye did appear on the album, but
yeah,
like,
in Puppet.
later, though. When I first heard it, I thought it was okay at best, but you know, opinions change.
Yeah.
I think now, like the first 3 or 4 tracks are really good. It then kind of decreases in quality, I guess, around the middle, but then it really picks back up at the end.
Do we talk about the one called Exactly What You Run From, You End Up Chasing?
Yeah, it's a really weird thing that Tyler did on this album. There's a bunch of weird, like, audio snippets of, like, a conversation or something.
It reminds me of an album that we probably will react to later.
You know, I guess it's a cool idea, but I think he did it a lot better on Flower Boy.
Yeah.
Because on Flower Boy, like, it sounded like he was in a car ride. Like, there was, like, instead of having conversation, there was, like, sound effects like him driving, or, you know, like, outside, you could hear, like, birds and stuff.
I mean,
you know, it sounded really cool on that album. The radio and all that.
Running Out of Time.
So, Running Out of Time is okay. I think it was okay. I didn't really like it the first time, and now I still kind of don't like it that much, but, you know, it's fine. It sounds pretty. That's all I could say, really.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
It starts off like, it's a pretty good idea for a song, I think. I think it's just a little bit too short, and not much happens, to be honest.
So, the next one is your favorite. A Boy Is a Gun.
Boy Is a Gun. That song is really beautiful. Like, it really is.
I thought it was okay. I mean, not like great, but I thought it was okay.
I thought it was really good. Like, the piano chords that you hear in the background, and like the chorus is really catchy too. I think it's a it's a pretty song. Just a really pretty song. If you guys don't know, this album is like a breakup album based. And I like the lyrics a lot, to be honest. On A Boy Is a Gun, there's this one lyric that's like that I'm pretty sure just adds more to him being gay. It's like, oh, you're my favorite garçon, which, if you don't know, that means boy in French. Alright, next track.
Alright, Puppet.
That song is awesome. It's really, really awesome. Really, like, dramatic. It's pretty. It's, you know, it's just pure funk music, and it's.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I didn't really think at first that Kanye was actually in this, and I listened back to it again, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know Kanye was in this.
I noticed it right away, and when I did, I wanted to laugh, but I couldn't, because what I was listening to was just so great that I was in shock, kind of. This isn't the first time that Kanye's been on a Tyler song, actually. In the song he made called in the album Cherry Bomb, there's a song called Smuckers. And it has both Kanye and Lil Wayne.
Yeah, okay, so, again, this is the only Tyler album I've listened to, so I don't know what songs he's talking about.
You should probably listen to it. I know you like Lil Wayne, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's good is, like, I can't describe it how it makes me feel, but it's just it's pretty positive. I will say that. I'll say that at least. Like it is, I did not expect to like it as much as I did.
Yeah.
Cause like it sounds, I already mentioned Cherry Bomb a lot, and for good reason, cause there's a lot of similarities. But it sounds like a track that would come from that album, but as well as a little bit of Flower Boy too. And I didn't think it would even be possible for him to just smash that together into something great. But look what we have here.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we move on to the longest track in it.
Gone / Thank You.
6 minutes and 15 seconds.
Hey, it's warranted of those 6 minutes, man. It is great from start to finish. This part, I think, starting with like A Boy Is a Gun, the album gets better.
Well, considering that when I was actually listening to, because I actually told you that I was listening, to Igor, for the podcast.
Yeah.
I actually thought I wouldn't have enough time considering I was in a big rush. So I listened to it and I managed to listen to the entire thing.
Yeah, it's not that long. It's like 30-40 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is still like average length for an album.
I thought it definitely was worth listening to for 6 minutes.
Gone, it's really bright, it's really happy, it's sunshiny, it's really fun. A really fun first part. And then there's Thank You. Honestly, that's the best song on the entire album. Like, no like competition, honestly. That song is really, really beautiful. Like, the lyrics are really, really good.
Yeah.
They're pretty relatable. Very, very relatable. It's awesome. Then we have the final track on the album, Are We Still Friends? It's an amazing way to end the album.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Just so, it's really climatic. You know, it leaves the album off in a bang. It's really great sounding, and the production is just really awesome.
Apparently it contains excerpts from Dream, written and performed by Al Green.
Because when I first heard this, this album is very, very 70s funk and soul sounding. So like, when I first heard it, I thought a lot of it was sampled, but no, he made it himself, which is cool because like he recreated it perfectly.
Yeah, it actually says producer, only one.
Yeah, he
the creator.
was the only producer of the entire album. Which it's been like that since the beginning, but like now that I'm hearing what he's making now, it's really impressive. I mean, I think it rivals Flower Boy just a bit, the production, like just a little bit. Flower Boy also great production. Fantastic. Like, what did you think?
I mean, I thought it was a great way to finish.
Like, his performance is really strong. It's a really strong performance. The singing and everything. I'm pretty sure the album ends on like the same, like, droning synth noise, like the like it ends on that same sound that it starts on.
Yeah.
Because like you could hear it like when all the instruments are done playing, and then it just fades out. So you could just hear it in the background.
Yeah. So.
Which is cool. It feels like an ending to a movie almost. Like this is the characters, like just conclusion, the climax. It's like an ending. It's like an ending to a great movie.
I am Igor.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that much about movies, but like, it sounds like a really good movie ending.
Yeah.
Do you know much about movies or no?
I mean, I don't, like, the last time I went to a movie theater was when I went to see Endgame.
Yeah, I think so too. There's a lot of movies that came out this month, but
What didn't actually come? I
know,
mean, the spoiler ban apparently was lifted.
yeah, it's lifted, which is good. But yeah, it's good. I think that was also the last movie I saw in theaters. There's a lot of movies that came out this month that I didn't really care for, and I probably won't see. Like, what came out this month?
This month we got a really bad announcement for a movie this year.
Oh yeah, there was also the Sonic movie that was announced.
And now it's delayed.
That will even be. Yeah, it's like, what? Like the whole background for that, the whole it's just a real mess. Like everything leading up to that trailer.
Yeah.
And the aftermath. I mean, I'm hoping the animators get paid sufficiently for having to redesign him. With even though the footage is already finished.
Yeah.
I hope they get paid good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, you also had Aladdin.
Oh yeah, I think that did come out this year. No, this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course it did well. It's Disney. Of course it's gonna do well. Even no matter how much hate it gets. I mean, it's cool, I guess. I don't really care for the live-action Disney stuff, but if people like it, then that's fine.
Yeah, and
what other live-action Disney movies came out?
We had Dumbo.
Yeah, no one saw Dumbo.
Yeah, no one saw that.
Yeah, I heard it failed, which is too bad because Danny DeVito's in it.
Yeah. On my birthday,
yeah,
we got an announcement for Frozen 2.
Yeah. Are you happy about
a
that?
traumatic movie for me? Okay, I want to ask you a question.
Told me a lot about your hatred for Frozen and Let It Go.
Okay, there's two things I have to tell you about. Let It Go, the reason I hate it is because of the fact that my sister used to scream it in my ear. Even though she knew she was annoying me, even though she was still young, she went right up to my ear and screamed it. She even woke me up with it.
Oh my god.
And you'll probably hear people like, "Oh my god, this song's gonna give me a headache." No, and then it actually doesn't. But for me, it gave me a migraine. I can't listen to this anymore. Not that I want to.
It's kind of funny too, but it sucks. Yeah, Frozen is an okay. When I saw it, when I saw the trailer, I thought it was going to be completely different from what I expected. And when I saw it, I was really disappointed. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's fine. It's an okay movie, I guess. It's kind of overrated, honestly.
Yeah. And no one wants to see that. If there's anyone who's watching that wants to see that, click off the video right now. All right, Endgame. I guess we'll talk about Endgame.
Oh yeah, we're talking about movies, then let's talk about Endgame.
I was shocked I even went to the movie theater to see it. Because at first I was a little hesitant because I was like, oh, should I go? Because I don't want someone to spoil it, and I didn't really feel like going out to the movie theater to see it. But I was like, you know what? I'm doing this for the podcast.
I was really excited to see it because I honestly think Infinity War is top 3 greatest superhero movies. So I was really excited to see it.
Yeah.
But then Endgame turned out to be not so
Game
good.
End.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really long movie. It wasn't worth 3 hours. Do you think it was?
To be honest, there were some parts that I didn't like about it. And there was one amazing part that I liked about it.
Yeah.
I think we should go over it from start to finish, but not everything.
A lot better than Endgame. It's just a fact.
Oh.
Kind of just I can't even it's just really a fact. Endgame is a good superhero movie, all right? Infinity War is a good movie. Like, in compared to like in the world of movies everywhere, it is really special.
Yeah.
Like, like the fact that they were even able to grab all these characters from all these movies, put them together to stop this one just completely evil villain. You know, like no, like even no sparing whatsoever. He's just complete, and it actually worked. They actually made the characters work. Like, it didn't feel like there was a lot of characters.
It starts off at the trailer, like, you know, like with Tony Stark doing the message, and then guess who comes in?
Also, yeah, Captain Marvel. She was not good in this movie at all.
Yeah, terrible.
She did absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
the whole way through. Like, she saved Iron Man.
And Nebula.
Like, yeah, and Nebula, and then she was like, "I see ya," and then disappeared for like the whole movie.
And then
only to come back like psych, and then destroy Thanos' ship. It made like the hype to her in the movie kind of unnecessary, because like we were all expecting, like, you know, judging from like the end credits of Infinity War, we were all expecting something awesome, but then we got this, and you know, it sucks.
Because when people saw Captain Marvel first, like everyone was like, "Oh my God, she's gonna become an Avenger," and then she just leaves.
There was like a cheer in the audience when she came.
Yeah, like all like the movie just for that.
When I saw the movie, the audience was pretty tame, to be honest. You know, they didn't really cheer unless they really had to cheer. In Infinity War, when like a new character would come up, you know, like say Captain America, the entire audience was just going bananas. But this time, you know, they were pretty respectful. They didn't really. They just saw the movie, and they didn't really cheer unless they had to, like the fight scene at the end. How was your audience?
Oh my God, I had that guy that he screamed a spoiler right before the movie started.
Yeah, that really sucks. The spoilers from this movie, God, they were just insane. Everyone just, it was a really crazy month.
I'm pretty sure you said that you weren't gonna use like social media for a while because you didn't want it to be spoiled.
I wasn't initially, but then like after the first day, I was like, huh, wow, people are actually respecting the spoiler ban. I have never heard anything about it. You know, I heard the spoilers for the first time on Discord instead of Twitter. You know, I guess like I expected like Twitter to be a lot worse, but no.
And then they just find Thanos just on some planet.
I thought that scene was actually kind of funny. Like, he was just minding his own business, and then suddenly every single Avenger just comes here there to kill him.
And then Thor just decapitates him. How do they just manage to do that now?
Yeah.
Now.
It's like funny, but like I don't think it was trying to be funny.
I honestly thought credits were gonna roll right there.
Yeah, let me just say something about that movie. The fact that they, you know, killed Thanos so early. Like, one of the main reasons why I liked Infinity War so much was because, like, every single time that guy came on screen, you're like, oh shoot, what's he gonna do next? Because you know he's just pure evil. Like, he has no chill. He would just do anything for the stones. So when, like, he's just gone for, like, most of the movie, it's honestly not interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I like the Avengers, but I don't want to just see them, by themselves, they're kind of boring. Like, the original Avengers. I like the Guardians and all the new characters a lot more than, the old school Avengers.
Then Scott Lang, like 5 years later, he escapes from the quantum realm. Yeah, he tells Captain America and Black Widow that he was only in the, like, while he was trapped, he was only in there for like 5 hours.
Yeah, I think this is when the movie starts getting interesting.
Yeah, and then
the whole first beginning, it was really boring. Like, I did not care about anything that was happening. You know, once they introduced Ant-Man and all the time travel stuff, I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. Now we got time travel in Avengers, of all things. Like, how are they gonna do this? Like, I guess it's like a thing now, time travel?
Back to the Future. Da, 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 da,
They
da.
even reference it. They even reference Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Let me just say, the comedy, like the scenes that were supposed to be funny, they were not at all.
Yeah, they
Not
weren't.
funny at all.
There was like, I think the funniest part, well, one of the funniest parts watching the movie was that there was like that one person just laughing and everyone else was just like, how's this funny?
Yeah, it was not funny at all. Like, Infinity War was really funny. Okay, the Guardians were hilarious. Like, watching them was so great. I loved it.
Yeah,
But
because at least
here,
Star-Lord wasn't an
was, like-
idiot in this movie.
Okay, well, Star-Lord, I respect, like, I can understand his actions, you know? I can understand what he did. So I don't have a problem with that. I barely have any problems with Infinity War in general. But yeah, the scenes that were supposed to be funny in Endgame were just not. Like, the joke's pretty much just this. Oh, look, Hulk, he's normal now. What? That's not supposed to happen. Oh, look, it's Thor. He's fat now. That's not supposed to happen. Like, that's literally the punch. That's literally the joke, and they like stretched it out so much for the entire movie. It's not funny.
Oh my god, yeah, he was an alcoholic as well.
And like, it's just not funny.
Like, Infinity
all the
War did the
movies.
comedy with Iron Man like so much better.
Yeah, like, it was fun to hear him like banter and argue with like the Guardians. Cause like it's funny hearing him like him and Spider-Man and the Guardians in Infinity War. Like at least that's really funny, cause like they play off each other really well.
Yeah,
You know?
like
One jerk and like one jerk versus another jerk. It's really funny.
yeah, because it's like Iron Man asked Star-Lord. He goes, "Are you from Earth?" "No, I'm from Missouri." "Yeah, that's on Earth, dipshit."
Yeah, that stuff is really funny.
That made me laugh.
The way the characters interact in Infinity War is really, really good. You know, I did not think it would work that.
Yeah, so
Hear a lot of people saying that like, oh, they ruined Thor's character. Like, because like in the end of the movie, he's like, I give up. You know, I'm just gonna stay fat and I'm just not gonna do anything. You know, people are saying like, oh, you ruined Thor's character. And to be honest, I don't really care. I don't care about Thor, so you know, I have nothing to say.
yeah,
Yeah, the whole retrieving the stone scene, I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a pretty cool scene. I mean, like, it's something that I could only watch once, and you know, never again. Because like once you know what's gonna happen in Endgame, like there's like kind of like no point in watching it. But for Infinity War, like I know the characters are gonna die, but I still want to watch the movie because the characters are great in that movie. I was sort of bored, to be honest, because like there were some parts that lasted way too long. Like when they were in Asgard or whatever, like I was like, just get out of here, please. I just want to see something interesting, please. You know? Like it was kind of boring around the stones retrieving part.
yeah. So then initially Stark, he didn't want to help.
Yeah.
Like, your boy Spooderman just died, and you're like, you know what? No, I don't want to bring him back. And then he
Can I
works
say
with.
this right now, Iron Man is not a good character. He's kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
I don't like Iron Man at all. He's a really just a rich jerk. But
I think we should just get to the part where like all the action happens.
the real action I think starts like while they're getting stoned. Like everything goes wrong while they're getting stoned, and then Thanos comes in like from the past. Remember that?
Yeah. So Hulk, Ant-Man, Captain America, and Iron Man. They all travel to 2012.
The scene where like it's Captain America from the future versus Captain America from 2012. I thought that was really cool. Okay.
Yeah. So then I thought it was funny how then Iron Man goes, and then he goes like to like what was it, like 1970,
Didn't he meet his dad or something?
Yeah, he met his dad, because he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go farther back, and I'm gonna get the stone from then, and then finish what we're doing.
And I guess that worked somehow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was his dad the first time. Like, I thought, I didn't realize until, like, at the very end. This movie is made for the fans, honestly.
Yeah,
Like, you need to know what these characters are completely to understand most of the stuff. But, like, for someone like me who's not, like, a big Marvel superhero fan, I didn't really get that.
So,
which I think is fine, because, like, if the fans are enjoying it, then that's good. Because, like, you know, they're the reason why this movie made a lot of money, and that's good.
And then, obviously, Black Widow sacrifices herself to get.
Oh yeah, that scene. I forgot about that scene.
I was like, oh my god.
I hear a lot of people saying, I mean, like, it was kind of sad, you know.
I think
I do not care about Black Widow or Hawkeye at all.
Everyone was more shocked when Gamora died because, like, her father just threw his own daughter off of a cliff.
Yeah, that is way more emotional. I didn't even know the Guardians that well when I saw Infinity War, and I was just, like, blown back by how intense that was.
War Machine returns to the present with the Power Stone. And then Nebula gets captured, as you said. Thanos did, I think, something really smart.
Yeah, I did not expect that. It was like a really good twist, you know, that they sent the evil
Nebula, yeah.
Thanos is kind of a smart villain.
Yeah,
like, he does a lot of really cool stuff in Infinity War.
Yeah, so
like,
then
how he like, you know, you remember the scene where, like, Star-Lord is about to, like, point blank shoot Gamora in the face, but then, like, it just comes out as bubbles instead.
Oh yeah,
because Thanos, like, you know, he changed the bullets to bubbles with, like, some stone, I'm guessing.
Change it to bubbles. That's like something
Yeah.
I feel like Star-Lord would do. This is when the battle starts.
Yeah, the battle. Let's talk about. We don't have to go in detail of the battle, obviously, because there's a lot of stuff that happens.
We'll talk about the big part. So,
I mean, like, the battle in general, I thought it was cool. You know, I thought it was cool when it was just Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man versus Thanos. I thought it was cool when it was just the four of them, because I could really focus on every single character, you know, and, like, really pay attention to what's going on in the movie. But when everybody, like, all together at once just joins in, like, that is not enjoyable for me, to be honest. It just looks like a little kid smashing a bunch of action figures together when that happens.
So this is when you know, all the people that were disintegrated, like Doctor Strange.
Okay, let me just say, that scene was really good.
Oh, here we go, Gran rant.
The way they all, like, it took me, like, at first, I was, like, kind of confused, like, how exactly, like, everyone all at once came together. But you know what? It's just great. Like, you know...
I actually screamed throughout the entire theater when I saw Spider-Man.
The whole theater was just people, like, cheering and clapping once Spider-Man came in. Normally, like, I've seen some videos of, like, the audience in Endgame where they're just, like, really annoying. Like, they're just, like, you can't even hear the movie anymore. But you know what? The audience that when I went to, they were really great. Like, just to see everyone so happy. Like, when Spider-Man came in, that was a really great moment.
Yeah,
it was really, like, it was just a really positive environment.
I as I just said, I screamed throughout the entire theater when I saw Spider-Man.
Like, everyone was just really
I'm not gonna lie, at first, I thought people were gonna start booing when they saw Star-Lord. This is when Captain Marvel came back and just destroys the warship.
Oh, yeah, because, like, they're about to, yeah, screw Captain Marvel. she didn't do anything.
She's not worth being a Super Saiyan.
Overhyped character, overrated everything, I guess.
Yeah, so then it gets to like the end of the movie where Thanos gets the gauntlet.
The final battle scene, I thought it was cool, but I didn't like it as much as the fight scene in Infinity War.
Yeah, so then
like there was just too much going on. It was like with Infinity War, like you at least get to understand what every character was doing and like where they were. But here, it was just, like, all over the place. It felt messy. It was just a real mess.
At first, I was like, no, they're not going to kill Iron Man now, and then they actually did.
What do you think about it?
I mean, I didn't think, as I just said, I didn't think they were actually going to kill Iron Man. I just thought, I thought he was going to get, like, seriously hurt, and then he was going to be in, like, a coma until, like, the next movie.
I mean, like... Yeah, I don't know, because, like, you know, in the beginning, of course, like, he somehow survived, asphyxiation.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the movie. But, like, I guess it makes more sense that this is how he dies. 'Cause, I mean, like, at least he did something.
Okay, so then, yeah, so then we get to, Stark's funeral, and then...
It was a really bad funeral, let me just say.
Yeah. So then...
No one looked sad. Everyone was just blankly staring at just blankly staring. There was no tears or anything. Also, their kid.
Oh, yeah.
Can I just say that the kid is a bad actor?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Am I allowed to say that? The kid is a really bad actor?
Yeah,
in the funeral scene, like, when they had, like, Iron Man's hologram and everything, if I was a kid, I'd be scared out of my mind. I'd be crying, because, like, it would be my dead dad. But, like, no, she just, like, very, like, okay. Like, she has no emotion in her face. The way this movie ends is really interesting, like, what they did with some of these characters.
Yeah.
Like how, you know, the stuff that happens to Captain America.
Yeah, he tries
to return the stones, but then he just decides to hang out in the past
with Peggy Carter, and then he comes back. He passes the shield to Falcon, and we now get Captain Falcon. Everybody.
Well, I mean, I guess Captain America's black now, so
show me your moves.
I thought it was a really good ending.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that, like, this movie is not for me. Like, these are for the hardcore fans. And I understand that, like, it's a good movie, the Endgame, for, like, the fans. Because, like, it's, like, a perfect way to just end the whole universe series, whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Especially in that ending. I really like the ending a lot. I felt satisfied. Even though I'm not too big on Marvel, I was still pretty satisfied.
Yeah,
Do you know about the movie The Shining?
Isn't that the one where it's like, here's Johnny?
Yep.
Okay.
That one. Because, like, the ending to The Shining, it reminds me a lot of the ending to, Endgame, to be honest. Like, it's nothing too similar, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, story-wise. But, like, it just feels the same. Like, it has that... Like, they both have, like, a really nice zoom-in to, like... you know, the characters, and there's like old-timey music playing in the background, and in the credits, you know, it has that like same feel to it, which I think it's probably why I like the ending to Endgame so much. That's Endgame, I guess. Like,
yeah. So
overall, it was really disappointing, pretty disappointing. You know, but I kind of expected that, because like I kind of expected to hate it. Since
yeah,
I like Infinity War so much.
I mean, I think in general, I was just really hoping that not a lot of like bad like things were gonna happen, like, you know, like as in
you wanted less deaths.
Yeah, and I think they actually did that, but they kind of almost equalized it with Iron Man, but
yeah, you know, instead of killing off most of them, I guess they just like wrote them off, you know, gave them their proper conclusions instead of just killing them, which is fine. I'm fine with that. But this might sound sadistic, but like, what I actually like that they got killed off in Infinity War.
You sadist.
I actually it actually like think about it, because like there's so much buildup in Infinity War of like how they're gonna defeat Thanos. There's just so much tension and stakes, and like everything is just brought up so high because you're just wondering how the heck they're gonna defeat Thanos. Like there's so much tension, and then they just like, and then it just all comes crashing down, and then they lose to Thanos, which is just like, it's so shocking, and it hits you right in the heart, you know?
Yeah.
What's your final score?
Geez, I think it's it was 8.5.
8.5 out of 10?
Yep. 8.5 cakes out of 10.
Yeah, I thought it was like, it's a good superhero movie, but it's not a good, like, movie. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, Endgame, like, Infinity War is like a masterpiece in what to do correctly in a superhero, in a movie in general, not just superhero. I like scoring mines out of 5. So I'd give it like 3 out of 5, 2 or 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
2 or 3 Gran Flakes out of 5. What even Avengers is left? Like we got Spider-Man.
I think like in the
Captain
movie,
America.
like the person who like I don't think they really focused on, but one of the characters that they focused on the most was Captain America.
Yeah, I don't know how much. Yeah, they focused on him pretty decent, like a pretty big amount. Oh shoot, they didn't even. I don't even think Doctor Strange or Black Panther even did anything in Endgame.
Yeah, all they did was show up.
All they did was show up in the. Yeah, and that's really sad because Doctor Strange was really good in that movie. Like like in the beginning fight scene of Infinity War when they were fighting in New York, that was a really good fight scene. You know.
Yeah.
It's because I think because Doctor Strange is there and it's cool seeing his powers and everything.
Yes.
But now, what does he even do in Endgame? He just seals up the flood of water that's like coming in from the ocean nearby, and that's all.
Ocean Man.
And Black Panther does nothing, like actually nothing at all.
Yeah.
Like seriously nothing at all.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Oh, Hulk didn't do anything either because he's normal now,
Oh yeah.
which is disappointing.
Yeah.
Infinity War, he didn't
Why?
do anything in that movie. Well, yeah. What other Avengers left? Well, Black Panther, Doctor Strange,
Spider-Man.
Thor, Captain America's not anymore. Hulk is just. I don't even know what Hulk is anymore.
He's not
Just a
Hulk. He's
regular
Banner.
old guy. He's just
Puny Banner.
a regular strong man, I guess.
He's Puny Banner.
Yeah. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel too.
Because
Captain Marvel, I guess, they're probably gonna make her. Avenger.
Yeah. So
I guess that's it, really. I don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah. So I guess we'll end it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's a good ending. This has been the first ever episode of Cake N Flakes.
Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to make me an outro or anything like that, DM me on Twitter, because I cannot do anything like that.
This is sad, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh well. I mean, like, my intros aren't even that good. Like, it's literally just a Death Grip sample. And that's it. my intro is nowhere near good.
Nah.
No, that's fine. This has been Cake N Flakes. I'm Gran Flakes.
And I am Jake's Cakes.
And bye.
Bye.